If you've ever been exploring Marketplace or shopping online for flooring and you've come across this cabin grade or utility grade wood flooring and wondered if you should buy it, this video will probably help you out. This is a time-lapse install from start to finish of a utility grade white oak flooring. So my subfloor here was pretty uneven but solid. You can see areas where I've patched it in. I cut quite a few shims on the table saw and made sure to join up over my shims. I didn't use a roach blanket here because there's just so much going on with this subfloor that I wanted to be able to see. I'm also laying this perpendicular to the existing floor. There's something called the 90% rule, and basically, wood flooring has a small tolerance for unevenness if you run it across the existing subfloor, so that's what I'm doing here. At the time of publishing this video, I've seen this floor as cheap as 79 cents a square foot. I bought this secondhand from a guy in Cincinnati who, I don't know, he said that he realized that he couldn't fix his house and had to demolish it, but I'm wondering if he saw it and just thought it was too crappy. When you see this wood up close and you take it out of the box, it is actually pretty bad. But if you can forget about that and just put it all together, something pretty magical happens, in my opinion, once you're done with it. But anyone who's watched my channel before will know that I've stated that I really love using junk wood for certain purposes, especially when it just has to sit there and look pretty. So even though this stuff was bad, a lot of flaws, a lot of cracks, pretty high waste factor, I basically used anything that had a tongue and groove that was acceptable. Didn't care if it had a big split. I basically sent everything on this. If anyone remembers the Simply Safe sign on the last video, there it is, fixing a problem with the subfloor. My original plan was to fill all the flaws with black epoxy, but I ended up using white oak wood filler. The epoxy just didn't really stay where it was supposed to, even with taping it, but it looks great. The wood filler worked. So the most important thing to know with pretty much any project when you're working with wood is that it moves. It moves parallel to the grain, so if you butt it tight to where you start and where you finish, at some point that wood is going to expand and contract, and it will probably look like waves in an ocean. So it's really important to leave a gap for expansion and contraction. So as I get towards the end or in the start where you can't fit the flooring nailer, I just face nailed everything. I'm pretty sure that's what professionals do. This is my first install of hardwood flooring, so take that with a grain of salt.
Let's take a look at this floor. Actually really like it. It's busy, but this sounds weird. It's busy in a uniform way. The white oak has so much natural color variation, especially in this low grade, that I think it looks really cool. It's not finished. It's actually kind of dirty too. I've been walking on it, and I originally was going to do tile by this door, but since I had so much left over, I think the guy that I bought it from, I think he sold me like usable square footage rather than like stated square footage in the package. Like I think he had like a huge waste factor because I've got a lot left over. So anyway, this room's kind of shaping up. I think it's going to look really cool. Can't wait I got to fill all these little holes here. There's just like all kinds of little holes like that. I'm going to fill them all with epoxy, but I'll be all right. It'll look cool. Can't wait till it's done. I think it's going to look really cool. All right, so I'm gonna open one of these bundles so you can see exactly what is included. This is the upstairs of where you just were. It's a small studio apartment. So let's open one of these and show you what you get. All right, one bundle chosen at random. Backside. I would actually install that because it has a tongue and it has a decent groove. This, I would not. Now this, even though that looks pretty good on top, I wouldn't install it because it has almost no tongue. Maybe I would, but probably not. It's got a little tongue here, a little tongue here. All right, I will pan over this kind of slowly so you can know what to expect from one bundle. And you can kind of see a lot of short pieces in there, a lot of knots, a lot of character. And that, I would say, having done that floor downstairs, that's pretty typical of what you get. Honestly, the long ones are almost just so the thing holds together. You will get some longer than this. This actually, if this is non-typical in one way, it's that usually they do have one or two that's a little bit longer. So this is the only info I have on this. I don't know whose logo that is or anything like that.
If you say no pude, then that's it. It's done.
Do that with
Querer.
all right.
Well, I would say pero vine, but I came.
Ok, chicos, eso es todo. Entonces, Ángela, ¿qué? Hola, Ángela.
Hola, Angela.
All right, I got these mostly installed. Haven't straightened the doors out yet. They weren't too horrible when I got it. Got to build a little platform in the fridge to raise it up a bit. So these are Diamond Now from Lowe's, and I honestly, they're not bad. I mean, there's some places where they cut costs, but they're a definite option if you're on a budget and you want something that looks expensive. Especially from the outside, I think these look good. So yes, so I've made cabinets on channel, and so if you value your time appropriately, you're not a factory in China or anywhere. You cannot make cabinets as cost effectively as a factory can. So for this room, you know, it's kind of a low priority, store-bought stock. Non-custom cabinets. I'm happy with them. I'm happy with my decision as well. All right, so electrician is jamming out back there. pay no attention. So these were Diamond Now, 150 bucks each, so uppers for 300 bucks. Sarah had the idea to do a different color up there. They're also a slightly different style. So I'm making a wooden countertop, and I'm going to make shelves that match. It's centered on the sink. So I think it'll look pretty good. Shelves in between the cabinets. These are the screws. These are what I use to fasten those in there. Let's go see if we can catch Dan on video. Oh yeah, there he is.
So then I hired my friend Sean, who lives right in my own neighborhood, who runs a hardwood flooring refinishing business, roofing, siding, storm damage specialist. So you need any of that stuff done, give him a call, or if you just want to talk, give him a call too. I'm sure he'd like that. His number is 937-903-6011. All right, well, Sean's got another coat on this. Let's go take a look at how it came out.
I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about it. I rented a sander once and did one of these myself. Just didn't install it, but finished it. And, you know, it did not come out nearly this good or flat. So, all in all, I think Sean did a really nice job. Got couch in here already. Look at that. Once my elbow heals, I'm gonna get this bathroom done and then move on to the apartment upstairs, the little one, which is gonna have the exact same floor. I've got a bunch of it left over. So.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.